Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do a collective tarot for today. Today is Friday, August 22nd, 2025. You may follow me on the Talk, the Tube, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, God's kiss. That's all you could ask for. Whatever does not, just leave it on the table for someone else. We don't want you taking on energy that wasn't meant for you. We're going to use Intuitive City Oracle by Rob Barthelman. You can find this at intuitiveintention.com, My Intuitive Intention on Etsy, and he also sells his decks in the TikTok shop. And I think last week I saw him on there, like he was on. I missed him because I was doing something else, but he was on there doing readings. I don't know if he's still doing free readings or if he's doing paid readings now. I don't know because I haven't seen him in a couple months, but he's a good fella, and I do not get paid to say that. We got 2 on the table. Three on the table. We got 1 major. It's 3:30. The cats are going to start to get antsy and start crying outside the door because they think it's dinner time. Even though I got home and fed them like around 11, I think. Four on the table, 1 major. 5 on the table, 2 major. Let's do 2 more shuffles. 6 on the table. 6 on the table, 2 major, no reverse. Last shuffle. 7 on the table. 8 on the table. Oh my gosh. He had to come out somewhere, right? Okay. We got 9 on the table. We've got 1, 2. We got 4 majors. No reverse. Justice and 5 of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck. Someone's karma and someone else's justice is someone going down a very harsh path in life. With the 6 of Wands, like this was, I don't know who this is, but this was divinely, yeah. Like someone, like maybe fucked somebody over, and their karma is to live a not so good life for a certain amount of time. And that is that other person's justice. I mean, it's not something to rejoice in at all. It's just, it's kind of interesting to see it in the cards, you know? Because it makes you think about what really goes on out there in the real world, you know? Like, I know I get my karma, but I don't really fuck people over and then don't feel anything about it, you know? Like when I fuck people over, I realize I fucked somebody over and I get mad at myself, you know? I take accountability. I repent, if you will. So my karma is not going to be as horrible as somebody else's karma who probably, you know, doesn't give a shit. And it's just hard. It's kind of hard to see it, even though it's out there and it happens and people, quote unquote, deserve it. It's still kind of, I guess, more sad than anything, right? All right. Just really top of the deck is somebody manifesting for an awakening with the Magician, the Ace of Cups, the Hermit, Eight of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, Page of Wands. Somebody very excited for some type of healing journey, some type of a new beginning. I love that. That I love. All right. We've got the Hangman. We've got Five of Wands. I can hear Bubbles out there crying. Six of Swords. He's like, "Where's my food? It's dinner time." Knight of Cups. The World. Six of Pentacles. The Tower. The Emperor. And it was funny this morning, I did the Creator Oracle for affirmations, and I was looking for the Divine Masculine, and he did not pop out. He was close. He was like 3 cards away from the bottom of the deck. Funny how we get the Emperor in the tarot reading. And we got Page of Swords, bottom of the deck. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. Just so you all know, I'm going to do another tarot reading later. I'm going to use the Heartbreak Tarot from Hattie Thorne. So maybe the Emperor will pop out in this one too. We'll see. I'm going to do that later on after dinner, I think. All right. I did a few extra readings today. It's funny because I was planning on doing it anyway. And then this morning I had the chance to leave work early and use some vacation time. So I was like, what the hell? I'm going to leave work early. And then I came home and I'm like, hell yeah, I'm doing extra readings. I'm like, I got time. And I was feeling it. And it's always good when you're feeling it. It's always good to do readings when you're feeling it. And I've already done 2 collectives earlier, and they're different. Like the energy is different in each reading, which is, it's nice. I like that. I don't always like to get the same thing over and over again. Okay, so here's the thing. Again, feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. You can turn the Emperor into an Empress. It doesn't matter. With the Hangman, the five of wands, or sorry, the Hangman, the Six of Swords, the Knight of Cups, the World, the Six of Pentacles. Somebody is somebody is having a new beginning, starting a new cycle, and it's going to be very, I heard profitable, but really what I'm seeing is very, very fortuitous. Fortuitous? Yeah, fortuitous. Like it's going to be lucrative, and not necessarily monetary wise, just very, it's going to give somebody a boost. Like somebody's going to go through this cycle and it's going to give them like an emotional, mental boost. Like, this is what I was meant to do. This is why I'm here. Whether I'm making money from whatever it is or not, it's still abundance, right? Like when you create, when you build, that is abundance. I know people like to think money is abundance, and it is. I'm not going to say it's not. Money makes the world go round, right? Money, you need money. Everybody needs money. But it's those things that we create spiritually, again, mentally, emotionally, that are sometimes the most beneficial, not just to us, but to others. Somebody's gonna, with the World card, somebody's gonna really get involved in something, like they love what they do. They're gonna be, with the Six of Pentacles, like they're gonna be very, generous with their time. I'm trying to think of a way to say it without it sounding kind of kooky. But like somebody's going to be very generous with their time and their knowledge, I guess, is the best way for me to say it. I was going to say like like they're going to be inspirational. I guess what I'm seeing is somebody that, and I've said this before in other readings. Like this is somebody that is going to be inspirational to others, but this person, whoever they are, they're inspired by others just as much as they inspire. Like they really put in the work, they really put in the effort. Like I said, they're very generous with their time, their knowledge, their opinion, right? Because let's just say it right here. Let me just say it about me, right? Like I get on here and I do tarot readings and I do oracle readings and I tell you what I see and what I feel and what I hear and what God tells me. And I'm generous with my time. I'm generous with my knowledge, right? But my knowledge is my knowledge, and that is not to say that my knowledge isn't the same as somebody else's knowledge, right? It's belief. Like, what do I believe? What do you believe? And I always say, if you believe. So whatever you believe in, I talk about what I believe in, right? I put that message out there. Some people might find it inspirational. Some people might think I'm a quack. Some people might be like, oh, that's bullshit. Like I don't believe in that. That's fine. Everybody has their own opinion. Everybody has their own belief. Whoever this person is, they might pick up a following. If they have one already, it's just going to get that much larger. And it doesn't even necessarily mean like YouTube or TikTok or social media. It could just be like if somebody has like 5 friends, right? 5 close friends, like in 6 months' time, they're going to have like 25 close friends. Like a soul tribe, kind of. So here's the caveats. The caveats. This 5 of Wands, the Tower, the Emperor. Rob Barthelman put on these 3 cards: clash interests, disruption, and discipline. Whoever this Emperor energy is, they're going to put up like a competing presence towards whoever this generous person is, whoever this person in this new cycle is. It's like there's going to be some type of competitive energy where with the 5 of Wands, like they're going to have differing opinions. And it's going to create some type of tower moment. But underneath it all, whoever this Emperor energy is with the Page of Swords, this is somebody that is just really seeking enlightenment. And at the end of the day, when they go up against this generous person, when their interests clash, right? They have differing opinions. At the end of the day, this Emperor is just seeking more knowledge. Whether they choose to believe it or not, like even though these two energies have differing opinions, like this Emperor energy, they want that contrasting opinion. They want to delve into that. They want to see and hear and feel what this generous person sees and hears and feels. It's kind of like the energy of like, I know what I know, But I want to know what this person knows, and I want to know how they got there. Like, how did they gain this information? Like, where did that come from? Like, did they just pull that out of their ass? Or was that given to them, by God or someone else? Did they steal it? This emperor energy is very inquisitive, very I just heard soul seeking, soul searching. So this emperor energy could be more of like agnostic. Like, if this generous person is somebody that believes in God, right? Like okay, so let me just use an example. I'm the generous person. I believe in God. Like, I believe in spirituality. I believe in energy, right? Like, this emperor's energy, I'm energy, God's energy, everything is energy, right? And I put all my opinions out there, and I say what I think and I feel and I hear and I see and what God tells me when he tells me, right? And this emperor is like, I don't know if I believe in that. Like, how did you get that? Like, who are you tuning into? Like, what are you hearing and feeling and seeing? Because I don't get that. But you would get it if you believe, right? You have to be open to that. You have to be open to that energy. It's just like, I think I said this a couple of weeks ago, a couple of readings ago. Like, people that see ghosts, like they claim to see ghosts, hear ghosts, feel ghosts, right? It's because they're open to that energy. There's a connection there. Like, they believe. If you believe in a ghost, you're going to see a ghost. If you believe in an alien, you're going to see an alien. When you don't believe, what do you see? You see reality, right? You see this. You don't see the spiritual aspect of it, the spiritual meaning of it. And that's not to say that that's wrong, right? Everybody lives their life the way they live it. Some people believe, some people don't. That's fine. But you can't, how do I say this? You can question spirituality. You can question God. Like, is it real? Is he real? Are they real? And how come God doesn't talk to me, right? Why are you questioning that? Like, are you questioning that because you're really questioning that? Are you questioning that because somebody told you that God wasn't real and you just believed it? Like, have you gone your whole life thinking that God wasn't real? Or you know what I mean? Like, where does your belief come from? Whatever your belief is, where does that come from? It's almost like this emperor going back and doing like shadow work and realizing with the Tower card, like, this emperor is going to realize, like, was religion, spirituality, God, whatever you want to call it, right underneath my nose the whole time, and I just was taught to overlook it. I was taught not to pay attention. I was taught not to use my intuition. I was taught not to go with my gut. I was taught to not feel and see those psychic visions. If you like and follow, subscribe me, you know how I feel. I've been doing this for over a year and a half, and I've told you guys probably since the beginning. Every single person on this planet has intuition, has a gut feeling, right? Everybody has psychic ability. We only use, 3% of our brain, 10% of our brain. That rest of our brain is locked. Why is it locked? What is in there? What is in there that we're not seeing and hearing and feeling? Is that God? Is that other dimensions, other timelines, other lifetimes? Is that where all of my soul memory, my soul recognition is stored? And why do we only use so much of our brain power? Where's the rest of it? Why does it just sit there dormant? Think about IQ, right? People are like, oh, I have, a 90 IQ. Not great. What is the average IQ? Like 120, 110, 120, something like that? It's got to be. I'm always glad when I bring my phone in here. Okay. The average IQ score is defined as 100, representing the typical level of intelligence for a specific age group. Most people, around 68% of the population, 68% of the population resonate with a range of 85 to 115 on an IQ scale. Scores of 90 to 109 are generally classified as average. Scores between 110 and 119 are considered high average. Scores of 120 to 129 are categorized as superior. Scores of 130 and above are considered gifted, high IQ, or very superior. Okay. Now, let me tell you this. I have taken an IQ test from different sources 3 times. And I have scored between the 3 tests, 3 different scores. Seriously, 3 different scores. I have scored anywhere from between 110 to, I think it was 164. If 130 is considered like genius, superior, whatever you want to refer to it, and I got a 164, but I also had a 110, and I also had something in between there. My personal opinion, your brain power fluctuates. That 3%, that 10% that they say we only use, okay, fine. On any given day, they do a round of tests on people, and 100 out of 1,000 people only used 3% of their brain, or only used like 20% of their brain power. And the rest of the people, 900 people, used only 3%. So they say most people only use 3% of their brain power. Haha. But what about those other 100 people that used more? Did I say that correctly? I think I said that correctly. My opinion, brain power fluctuates. I also would say if you consistently score at a certain IQ range, right? Like let's say you score 120 to 130 every time you take an IQ test, that's probably your IQ, right? Some of us, like me included, like I said, I scored a 110, I scored a 164, and then I scored somewhere in between. My brain power is fluctuating. Like I'm in tune with myself, with the energy. I got that 164. The day that I got the 110, probably just flubbing through the day. The thing is all of these things that this emperor is questioning, like I believe in. Like I already believe in. I believe in ghosts. I've seen ghosts. I've heard ghosts. I felt them. I believe in aliens. I believe in a higher power. I believe in God. I believe in spirituality. I believe everything is energy. I believe in magic. The world is magic. You are magic. I am magic. Everything is magic. Think about it. This is someone seeking answers and questioning why another person is the way that they are, why they believe what they believe. There's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with this at all. Nothing. There's nothing wrong with having questions. The thing is at the end of the day, what do you take away from it? Is it going to make you believe in something? Is it going to bring a change for you? A new beginning, a new cycle? It's all about enlightenment for whoever this Emperor energy is. Sorry, that's the cicadas. And when I look at the Page of Swords, like, they want to believe. They want to believe. It's kind of funny because I think I've talked about it a bunch of times, but when I was a little girl, my family didn't go to church. I was baptized Catholic, but we didn't go to church. My brother wasn't baptized. And when I was a little girl, I would sometimes go to church with my friends and their families. And I went to different kinds of church. I probably went to like 4 or 5 different kinds of churches, right? Christian, Presbyterian, Methodist, whatever, like different types. They all basically have the same underlying purpose, and that is to commune with spirit, universe, God, source, whatever you want to call them, through scripture, through song, whatever, praying. You do it as a community. You do it when you look at religion. Ideally, when you go to church, right, you get a community of people and they all go there for the same thing. Again, they go to commune with God. They go to talk about scripture. They go to talk about God. They go to pray. They go to sing, worship. In an ideal environment, that's awesome. Like, you should do that. I don't necessarily believe in going to church. I don't really believe in like supporting church business because I don't think churches should be profitable. I think if anything, like, people should be gathering in their homes and communing in their homes. And that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. I don't really, church has turned into such a big business. I mean, they're tax exempt. There's a lot of churches out there, mega churches, right, that make millions, billions of dollars a year from their followers. And what's the purpose? Like, I come there to commune with other people for God. Why do you need to make money off of that? Do you know what I mean? I don't believe in that. But I believe in the purpose. I believe in the idea of it, It's like this emperor realizing, like, they weren't a part of something, or they didn't feel like they were a part of something, and now they want to be a part of something. Anyway, I forgot to finish my story. I went to church with all my little friends when I was younger, because I was in a connection with God. I did love God. And at the time, I felt like going to church would bring me closer. And it was as I got older and older and older, I realized, like, I don't really need to go to church to feel close to God. God is everywhere. God is in me. God is here. That tree is God. Like, everything has God in it, if you believe, right? And I'm not trying, again, you believe in what you want to believe. I'm not going to tell you need to believe or not believe. That's not the point. The point is freedom of thought, freedom of of expression, freedom of belief, right? Like this emperor having questions, this emperor coming from a place where they did not believe. Like, that's okay. Like, there's plenty of people out there that don't believe in God, that don't believe in religion, that don't believe in spirituality. Is it my job to bring them into the fold? Not necessarily, but if they're inspired, if they see something and they recognize something in me, and then they recognize it in themselves, the more power to them, right? And I'm not out here trying to, bring troops in, like, come on, believe in God, believe in God. That's not for me to say. That's for you to feel. That's for this emperor to feel. Do they want to? I can only give my own opinion, my own knowledge of how I live my life and what I believe in. Last year, I was hanging out with my friend for a good part of the year, and she's Mormon, right? So I learned a, quite a bit about Mormon culture and like where she came from and what her family believed in and what they followed and stuff like that. And it's always interesting to learn about another religion, another culture, another sect, right, of the people, even if that's not necessarily something that I believe or something that I want to take on as a belief. It's still interesting to learn about that. And at the very base of this emperor's thought process, it's, I want to learn. I want to know what you know. Why do you know what you know? And can I know it? And can I feel it? And can I see it? And I'm just going to say this, like I said towards the beginning of the reading. When you feel it, when you tap in, when you believe, magical things can happen. I think I'm going to leave it there. I hope it resonated for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you were entertained. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.